I am here with Salvatore Esposito. He is a groundskeeper at Suffolk Community College, and he's also a Iraqi war veteran. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, for people who don't know your story, why don't you tell us about it? What happened?
Okay, last Sunday I was working at overtime at an open house event, and on this campus right here on this grounds. And an open house event is just an event led by administrators and deans to entice graduating high school students to come to Suffolk Community College. They set up in here, put out their displays, they invite kids from all over, send out pamphlets and everything, and we had a pretty good turnout. Now, it was a bright sunny day like this. I was doing my job outside, just cleaning up the grounds. I had no other hat with me except for my Make America Great Again hat. So to shield my eyes, I put it on, and the next morning when I came into work, there was an email that was sent to my supervisor saying that because the hat makes a political statement, I cannot wear it anymore. Even though the hat does not have Trump's name on it, nor does it have my party affiliation on it, they said I cannot wear it anymore. And I felt this was a violation of my First Amendment right and free speech, and I contacted Newsday and other media outlets to just to protest it in a civilized way. I haven't worn the hat since to be compliant with my employer's wishes, but I have protested it in other ways.
You mentioned in the Newsday article that the college is biased against me because of my political beliefs. What are your political beliefs?
I'm just a regular blue collar guy who believes in conservatism. I just feel that this was censorship. I see all kinds of other slogans and political beliefs being expressed all over campus, and I love it. As a soldier, it pleases me to see people express their freedom of speech in any way, even if I don't agree with it. It goes back to the old Voltaire saying, I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to my death your right to say it. So for them to say that I can't wear a Make America Great Again hat, which is just a slogan that has been said by many people, many politicians, it's just kind of, I really feel that it was biased against me when during election season I saw staff members wearing Hillary Clinton hats or Hillary pins, and my union and other unions come here to endorse political candidates. So why should they care about a hat that only has a slogan on it when you see all kinds of political statements being made all over campus? There are statements that are made that are in direct defiance of Donald Trump's new laws about DACA and Dreamers. Yeah. And that's fine. That's fine with me. I'm glad, it's like I think everyone has a right to an education, and I want to support it. I grew up in a little blue-collar town called Farmingville, where many migrant men and women come to find work and to have the American dream. And I learned of all how much hardship they had, and I know if I was in their position, I would be doing the same exact thing as they do. So, for an executive dean to say that this hat makes too much of a political statement, it's kind of hypocritical when all the other statements are being made around campus.
Yeah, and I was actually just about to add that on the Newsday article, a spokesperson stated that the college isn't pro-Democrat or pro-Republican, we are pro-student. But this seems like a lie. Like, we had a trans athlete speak about a week ago. We had signs all over the campus with people saying, I oppose separating immigrant families. We have videos playing of students talking about the positive effects of gender-neutral bathrooms. Why are they being intellectually dishonest with this statement?
Yeah, I think they just, I think the executive dean just overreacted too quick, because that email was actually composed on Sunday. I didn't get it till Monday morning, but he actually wrote it that Sunday. So somebody else got in touch with him, pointed my name out, and I will show you the email. They actually mentioned my name in it, and that Sunday he wrote it out. I didn't get to the next day, but I think he shot a little bit from the hip, and he kind of overreacted, and now they're kind of backtracking. And I'm glad that all these other people are getting their chance to express themselves. Remember, guys, that President Trump last month signed an executive order guaranteeing free speech to all students on all campuses throughout the United States. And I may not be a student, however, I did graduate from Suffolk Community College. I am an alumnus, and my hard-earned GI Bill money went to this college. So I really feel that should count, and plus it's just free speech overall. I'm glad that all these people come to speak at the college. There are things I can learn. I'm not perfect. I rely on my faith to help me be perfect. But I stumble a lot, and I make a lot of mistakes, but wearing this hat is not a mistake, I feel.
And just, you see that there's an issue today with like stereotyping Latinos or Hispanics. You know, like, have you ever experienced any of that, like, kind of stereotyping at all?
I've seen people stereotyped, of course. You know, it's like I've seen people stereotyped and generalized, you know, it's like I said, growing up in Farmingville was such a blessing to me. I got to learn all about all different types of cultures, especially the Spanish culture. You know, I'm Italian and Irish. My grandparents came here from Italy and Ireland, and I've seen them get generalized and stereotyped. And I've seen, but I hate it when people really get stigmatized, and no one should be stigmatized about for anything.
And you say that the dean is now backtracking. Like, what are they doing exactly to make that happen?
He went and said that it was a uniform issue, and I have worn, like I said in Newsday, I've worn all different types of caps here and there on campus, Jets hats, Islander hats. Nothing was ever said to me about a uniform issue, a hat issue. As far as I knew, there was no anything about headgear, and no one has ever been disciplined for wearing any other type of hat before. Or no, I have not known anyone who has been even like told that they cannot wear any type of other hat. But lo and behold, I wear a "Make America Great Again" hat, and something gets put in writing for me.
I mean, I'm just shocked by the story. Like, it's we see today, like, there's like so much problems with like censorship in college universities with, you know, all these conservative speakers. Like, you know, what should Suffolk do to like stop this, or like the students at Suffolk?
I really believe that just keep exercising your free right speech. Remember what Donald Trump passed last month, that executive order. Don't do anything that'll be, you know, pervasive or, you know, that'll incite a riot. But you know, just do things diplomatically. You know, do things the American way. You know, if you disagree with something, just do it politically. You know, and try and speak to everybody else. I work with a devout liberal. He's 20 years my junior. His name is Patrick. Really nice kid. And we disagree on a lot of things, but we talk. And I learn from him, and he learns from me. And that's what I encourage. Just open communication. Don't let anybody censor you. And just, you know, keep an open heart and an open mind.
And you said that, like, you know, the hat will cause some sort of riot. Like, is that the reality? Like, it will cause a riot if you wear a MAGA hat?
I guess that's how they feel. I never felt that way, that the hat would cause a riot. I'd never seen, it's like, not here. You know, it's like, that day, not one student said anything to me. You know, current and former and potential students were here, and no one said anything about my "Make America Great Again" hat. It just came from the dean, and I think he really set a poor example as an executive dean. What are you saying to the young men and women who want to potentially come here, that they will meet bias about if they wear a "Make America Great Again" hat? So I really feel that the dean failed, and whoever notified him of me wearing the hat, I think they failed too in their position. I don't care that they do not like the hat. I mean, it's like, I care that they, you know, that they have their opinion. But it's like, all right, you have your opinion, I have mine. It's like, what would you do if I tried to censor you on your issues? You would react the same way I'm doing. You would try to protest it in other ways.
Yeah, I see. But you also talk about how you want to be a writer after you retire on the Newsday article. Like, have you had any like current or future projects that you wrote?
Yes, I've been published, guys. I've been published before. I have 2 books that were published, not self-published. I've been published by McFarland, which is an academic publisher. It's about my first term of service. It's not only a slice of military history, it's also a slice of New York history. I was in a hospital unit as a medic. We were dispatched to go into Abu Ghraib after the abuse scandal. You guys are too young to remember that. But at the outbreak of the Iraq War, there was a prison in a city called Abu Ghraib, and it was called Abu Ghraib Prison, and many human rights violations took place there. U.S. soldiers had abused many prisoners of war, and it'll come to mind, like, you know, about the many bad things that happened there. Our unit, the hospital unit, was sent in there after the abuse scandal to raise the level of detainee health care. And we did that very well, not only for the prison, but also for the surrounding community. And my book is all about that. But still, when I tell people my own age about where I served in Iraq, I automatically get stigmatized as one of the people who committed the crimes at Abu Ghraib. I don't want to see that happen with anyone who wears a Make America Great Again hat. I don't want to see anyone else get stigmatized for any of their beliefs, or generalized, or stereotyped.
Yeah. And we've ultimately seen, like, you know, just outside this college, like, there was a person who wore Make America Great Again who was attacked by actually an illegal immigrant, and she got deported after. And we had another story about a couple weeks ago where this person who wore a MAGA hat, he was pretty much just like verbally harassed by this woman. And then this woman, she pretty much tried to like rally up like a crowd, and like no one ultimately ended up like supporting her at all. Is there an issue with the hat at all? Like,
you know, I if there is, it really comes down to like who the I think that some people, I guess, will overreact, you know, but I haven't seen it, like, any students here overreact to like I said, that day I had the hat on, no student overreacted to me about it. You know, it was just the deans that overreacted about it. So, and the faculty. So, but still, it's like, if you don't like the hat, don't get extreme about it. Just protest it in your own way. You know, it's like give a voice. Don't give a fist, and don't hurt anyone over it. It's like if you don't like Donald Trump and you don't like his policies and you don't like his slogans, don't say it, and just do your part at the voting booth and vote who you feel the candidate is going to best represent you and your ideals.
Yeah, and do you see like this issue of the hat having, like, is it only like a left-wing issue, like only like leftists are like this violent, or is it also something that the right has?
You know, you get extremists on both sides, guys. You know, there's extremists, and you know, you get your extremists in all parties, you get your zealots in all parties, but they do not represent, you know, I feel that, you know, these extremists will never truly represent an entire party, because there's on both sides. You know, you get some radical right wingers who commit crimes against people, and same thing on the left. You know, you get a lot of left wing. You know, I really don't want to judge the Democratic Party based on, you know, what some few people do about the MAGA hat, and then same thing. I don't want to generalize anybody in my party about, like, you know, for the things that they did.
Jeez, and I mean, you're like an Iraqi war veteran. Like, can you tell us more about the sacrifice that you made for our country?
You know, it's like I had the benefit of serving. I was so blessed to serve with the best soldiers in the world. It's like just being around those professional men and women, because it was Army it was Army Reserve. So these men and women held civil service careers with the NYPD and the fire department, and a lot of these people were present at the World Trade Center scene on 9/11, and their influence and their knowledge was so valuable to me. It just made me such a better soldier, and I was so blessed to have that. And you know, I was proud to serve. I would serve again. If I was young enough, I would serve again. And I encourage everyone who's going into the military, you know, make sure it's if you're going to do it, make sure it's something that you really would love to do. It won't feel like a job then; it'll feel more like an adventure. I've seen, you know, it's like a lot of great sacrifices by veterans too, not after they got out of the military. There's so many benefits. You know, it's like it really didn't feel too much like a sacrifice. It just felt like a blessing.
I mean, you did risk your life, though, in a way, to pretty much fight for freedom of speech, and then to have come back, and then now see that speech is being silenced. Like, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, at first, guys, I was very disappointed, and I was very shocked too. Like I said, I had seen all these other types of free speech, you know, around campus. So why all of a sudden would you want to censor me? It's like for a slogan. It's like, wouldn't you be open to all types of other free speech as well? There was nothing pervasive about making America great again. You know, all politicians have said it, from Reagan to the Clintons to Barack Obama to Bernie Sanders. Everybody says, and all these young students who are contributing to their clubs, and all these students who are going to school to get a quality education to move on to other schools to get their bachelors and so forth, that's their way of saying, I want to make America great. I want to make America great again. I want to contribute to society. I want to contribute to the greatest society in the world and make it even better than before. So let's not, censor anyone just for a slogan. Let's encourage people for their beliefs.
And to end this, do you have any advice for people who are dealing with this kind of censorship, or bullied and they don't have anyone to talk to about this?
I encourage everyone, if you feel that you are being censored or biased against or discriminated against, you just do things diplomatically. Contact your local politician. Contact, if it's happening at work, talk to your HR people. Make sure you get everything in writing that you feel this way, and then just protest it diplomatically. It's like I said, I haven't worn the hat since, guys, because I have to comply with my employer's wishes. And I was informed that I could be disciplined if I do wear the hat again. But I will protest it, and in this way, and I encourage people to do it the same exact way. Don't overreact. Even if it hurts at first, don't overreact. Be cool. Maybe do a little praying and just let everything play out. Like I said, free speech is guaranteed for all. So,
yeah. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.